Manchester United dropped more points to another relegated fighting side, 1-1 against West Ham. Let's break down this hell of a gut punch, sir. Dropping more points. How are we feeling? United, should be in the mix, but it feels like another opportunity lost.
Another tough home game for Manchester United fans. The 10-man Everton loss. You thought that topped it. West Ham come in an easy group of fixtures that United should be just chipping up those 3 points, getting up the table. We're eager to look at that table position, but we're our own worst enemy. I felt like the manager got the subs wrong. We turtled up. We let West Ham back into the game. To draw West Ham at home, I feel like the storm clouds are brewing.
They're brewing. It's also because the games that are coming thick and fast are more West Ham's. Like, we got Wolves. They're going to be a similar type of side. Where does United benefit by having an extra defender on for a team that's willing to sit back? We've seen that. We've been frustrated by that. And I think that's why I was so, shell-shocked. We were doing the Patreon pod. Shout out to the Patreon community while watching the game. And it's just like, you knew the goal was coming. You knew we weren't getting back into it. There was no impetus to kill it off. The manager substitutes once again 4 defenders. It's like, come on.
Give me a
Come
break.
on, man.
Come
Come
on,
on,
this is
man.
Manchester United. Attack, attack, attack. Especially when we went down, or like at least West Ham equalized. Take off a defender, bring on Kobe Mainu, bring on the youngster on the bench. The manager just saying he doesn't have options. I feel like he's stubborn, sir. He's very stubborn, and we just had a stubborn manager who pretty much stubborned his way out of a job, and I hope we don't have a second one. But you got to do better than this. And when you're playing, the football is abysmal. It's hard on the eyes. It's one thing to play that way and get results with the long throws and the hoof ball. Brings me back to the Fellaini days under LVG. It's effective if you're winning. Manchester United sort of tread in water, and fans expect more, especially at home. We heard some boos at full time, but look, it's the America Doubles podcast, sir. We're going to break down this game. We're going to preview the Wolves game, like you mentioned, and talk about the manager poll, sack watch. Some fans are angry. It feels like it's boiling over online, but let's get into this West Ham recap to kick things off.
Let's get into the West Ham recap. Like you said, let's break down the 1-1 draw against the Hammers at home today. Thursday night football at Old Trafford. Thursday night, hey, we might have gotten that if we finished the Europa League last year. Actually, it would have been Champions League, but we miss Europe. You'd think we'd be benefiting from having fewer games, but let's get into that 11. Lamenzas in net. It was a back 3 of Dalot, Heaven, and Shaw. With Diallo at right wing back and Mazraoui. This is wrong on this chart, but Mazraoui was he was in the back 3. Dalot was on the left side. Casemiro and Bruno were in the holding 2, and then it was a front 3 of Mbeumo, Xerxes, and Cunha. So Cunha made it back. Mount was dropped to the bench. Dalot was out injured, a player that's not missed a minute all season. What do you think of this 11 when we saw it, sir? Were there already warning bells ringing? It's more the same, but like, any big thoughts? Obviously, Heaven getting his first start of the season for the youngster.
Euro getting, benched there was tough. He obviously gave up the penalty against Crystal Palace, got benched right after halftime. So the youngster sort of getting put in his place a little bit by the manager who doesn't hesitate. A lot of rotation on the back line I don't necessarily love, but look, it's West Ham. This team's good enough to just do a job. We're due for a great performance at home, so I wasn't too concerned.
Yeah, well, shame on us for not being too concerned. Let's get into that first half, sir. It was scrappy. It was sloppy from United, and I think West Ham looked more up for it, even though we had better players. I mean, obviously, we know we have better players, but you could see it in Ahmad and Mbeumo, Cunha, Bruno. They're not put in a position to kind of grab the game by the scruff of the neck. Action in that first half, 24th minute, and Mbeumo had a nice curler, forces the keeper into a good save. And then, we had like a bunch of chances kind of the mid-20s. AWB actually cleared the ball off the line. Xerxes had this kind of knee shot, and then the ball reflected back to Bruno. He had on the volley just wide, but it felt like a lot of hero ball football. It was scrappy. We were losing second balls. They were more physical. They seemed like they were more up for it. No excuses. I mean, it just feels like
we were up for it. We just held on to the ball with nothing to do. The attack was rushed. We turn it over. Like Dalot would turn it over. You just had some bad areas. It feels like when we should control the attack and recycle possession and look and sort of probe on West Ham and really put them under pressure, we would rush it and then play into their playbook a little bit. Sometimes we went long, sometimes we went short. It's just very discombobulated, and it's hard for us to sort of gain any momentum in attack. And like you said, that almost invited West Ham into the game a little bit. But second half, it was just we decided to get in the mud with West Ham. United have played down to the opposition in the past. And when you're going hoofball and West Ham's physical and tall, and we need to be playing, good looking football to break down a low block, we're somehow hoofing it and doing the long throws like we're Sunderland till we die, but we shouldn't be because we're Manchester United. Look at the payroll. And so I felt like we kind of got in the mud with West Ham here.
We certainly did. Even the goal we scored, let's get into it. In the 58th minute, Dalot got a goal. It was kind of sloppy. It wasn't from like nice link up play with the attack. Everything was herky jerky, and even this was kind of a slop chop goal. We would have taken it in the day, but Dalot was certainly pumped. We were pumped because there was one goal ahead, and we thought we'd kick on after the 58th minute.
Now Ahmad, back for Casemiro. It's deflected. It's Dalot! Manchester United.
Dalot enjoying that. Usually, he likes to shoot from outside the box, but good for him. And he is where he needs to be. The ball falls to him perfectly from a deflection from a Casemiro kind of cross. He does what he needs to do. And I wish that United at this point would have just grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck and really kind of been like, all right, West Ham now need to go for it. Let's sit back and then counter and do what we need to do. But it didn't feel like that because a lot of the action you'll see in this game didn't really happen until they got their goal. Other than the subs, is like basically our chances where we were trying to get back in the game and win it after the 83rd minute West Ham goal. So let's get through it. 68th minute, Dogu came on for Dalot, defender for defender. And then I think these are the subs that really started to bother people because this hasn't worked. Mount and Ugarte came on for Cunha and Xerxes. Cunha, I get you have to protect, but even then it was a head injury. So it's not a muscle injury. You don't have to worry about his minutes as much. And then Ugarte's been completely... he hasn't been on, dude. Every time Ugarte comes on, he concedes goals. Like he's just off.
But you're going attacker CDM for two attackers. You're getting more
more defensive. You're packing it in,
and it's West Ham at home. What message does that send to the players? Ultimately, it sends the message like, "Hey, we're just going to invite pressure. We're going to get more defensive." Also, Ugarte is very shaky. What is Kobe Mainu? Like a Kobe Mainu sub there. I think that's the argument. It's much more positive. And ultimately it led to the West Ham goal in the 83rd minute. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it. 83rd minute, like you said. Yeah, it felt like it was coming, even though, this is their clearest cut chance of the day in the 83rd minute.
So check on for the corner. He's dangerous in the air.
Irving's corner flicked on and off the line. The rebound's in.
Not good enough, sir. Teams who are not in a good way, whether it's like the Scouse Bastards or Wolves who are playing on Monday, concede goals like this. Ball watching, second ball, even though it falls to an attacker in an advantageous spot, nobody's there. Nobody's checked on. Everybody's just like, obviously Casemiro's checked on because he had a clearance, and then nobody's kind of bailing him out. So West Ham get their goal in the 84th minute, and at any point, at this point, did you have any faith that we're going to get back into the game? Especially when he went, the sub after this was Martinez for Shaw, so another defender for defender.
No, his focus on defensive subs is insane when Manchester United need to win this game. Like, we need 3 points. Like, Lacey's on the bench, Maido's on the bench. You can go positive. He trolls people in the presser. We'll get to that. But yeah, no, it's a shocker. Look, Ten Hag, every once in a while, Ten Hag would get the subs right. Yeah, you had to give him credit. He would do it. A manager needs to be able to impact a game. I feel like Amorim, we never get better with his subs. I don't think I can recall seeing it, including the Europa League final. It's really shocking. So yeah, the subs are horrific. There's no that's probably the largest criticism that you have for the manager here, especially playing scared against West Ham when you're up a goal. That's a criticism, and then obviously the biggest issue I have with this game, you will get to the Dogu chance in the 90th minute. There's another half chance for Bruno in the 92nd. That was the game. The real issue was after the West Ham goal. West Ham were pressing us at home. It felt like we were holding on for the draw. That says everything you need to know. Like if you can draw West Ham, but we have to have like 4xG wave of attack. We're going at them. It's brave. We just couldn't get there. That was not the case with this game. It was like West Ham was the one pushing us at the end. That's when you know it's bad.
because they felt like they had the wind at their back, and they did, because United hung their heads when we conceded. Like you said, we scored relatively early in that second half, and then by then we just kind of packed it in. We didn't look to kill off the game. Old United sides would be like, all right, like this is exactly where we want them. They need to score a goal, like licking your lips. And instead we played scared, defender for defender, more defensive, like you said, with regard to coming on. And West Ham had the impetus, even though we had some couple late chances, but it's always like that. You had no faith this team is coming to get the winner unless somebody scores a worldie. Let's get into the stats breakdown. We edged them on shots 14-10, but still not good enough. We only had 4 on target to their 2, 64% of possession, and United stays at 8th. Opportunity to move up the table. We had the opportunity to move up to 5th, and we're stuck in the middle of the pack. And West Ham, fucking 18th place, and we're playing a team with 2 points on Monday, and I don't have a lot of confidence in that performance either. Let's talk about XG. It was close. It's close for a team that should have been close. 2.2 to United to their 1.4. Big chances for them. So not what you want to be seeing from a Manchester United side that has to be going, trying to finish in the Champions League spot, trying to grab a game week where teams are dropping points. It was a great opportunity for us to move up the table. Chelsea lost. Liverpool dropped points, et cetera, et cetera. Let's hear from the manager, sir. There's a lot of conversations around the manager. It was not his best presser. I feel like the pressers are sometimes harder to watch than the games themselves.
Called it when we were watching it. You're like, he's gonna say a bunch of shit he shouldn't. After with the game ended, you're like,
I hate being right.
In the presser, he's gonna say a bunch of shit he shouldn't, and
Did he?
Let's listen to it.
This one's bad. All right, here we go. Ruben Amorim.
Ruben, you made 5 changes overall. 4 of them were defensive players who came on. I know it probably didn't have the impact that you wanted, but in hindsight, would you not been that conservative when you were 1-0 up?
No. We are losing because of the second ball. Sometimes there's not more men in front that you are going to win the ball. We had more men to put in the offense. Who would be more offensive?
I understand you've not got a lot of options. Kobe mainly.
Yes, it was the second ball, and I was worried with Mateus. I know that Bruno reached the box really well. Mason Mount is playing in this position, so I tried. They were trying to push us. Brian have a lot of pace to try to win the ball in one transition. So that was my idea.
That's good. Very good. Here's the thing, sir. We've seen this movie before. You and I have been fans of this team 25 plus years. Unfortunately, we've also been fans for the last 13 years, and things have not gone as well. We've gone through a lot of managers. When you start pushing, when you start yipping at the guy, at the bum journos, like you're in trouble. Who? Like that is so bad. Because it's not about the players you put on. It's like, you're just, dude, the fact that he is more stubborn than Erik ten Hag is going to hang him. It's going to kill him. He's going to lose his job. He's likable. He's got the riz. But you have to be willing to deviate from your system when it's not working, and it's not working. Like, come on, dude. Like, look at the fucking mirror.
You don't, when you draw West Ham 1-1.
Like this. Like you said. Like, you could draw 1-1.
You lose to a 10-man Everton. Like, here's the deal.
10-man Everton. That was it.
This is the way football works. You get some results. Was it 3 wins we got?
Yeah, that's it. The guy couldn't even cut his hair. That poor bastard couldn't even cut his hair.
And then it was 2 poor draws. And then we followed up with a lost at home to a 10-man Everton team. Not 10-man for 10 minutes. 10-man for 80 minutes.
80 minutes.
That's gutless. That's absolutely gutless. And he didn't take off a defender.
Still.
So, by the way, because of the 5 wins and 2 draws, fans are like, okay, we're not going to get upset. Then you get the Crystal Palace win. You're like, fine. Long throws, whatever, free kicks.
We got away with 1.
And then you have this game, people are sick of it. Because there's nothing, how many times have we seen, especially last season? Last season is real. He was the manager during that time. It was a lot of this. And people at United are sick of it. And the football looks dreadful. It's one thing to, have Fellaini headed in at the end and win and get away with it. Because people will support that if you're in the top 4.
If you win.
Right now, we're trying to, convince ourselves that we might make Europa League. How far have we fallen? That's crazy. And going at journalists, I don't understand. To me, he's making it untenable.
Yeah.
And it's clear to like I'm calling balls and strikes. I'm not pulling any punches. I like Ruben Amorim, but if you think playing this formation in this way is getting the best out of that roster that we have, empirically the answer is no. It is not, and he will not admit that or change it in any way. And for some reason, he's not only fighting that fight, he's fighting the Kobe Manu fight, which he will lose because Kobe Manu played in the Europa League final, is an absolute dog in midfield. He's a great professional. He's not Garnacho, and he can't win that fight. He can't convince me that Kobe Manu isn't a baller. He can't convince me. He can't. He can't. Like he's not going to convince anyone. He will go to any other team. He will play extremely well. Amron will be 100% wrong about that. I don't know why he's fighting that fight. And he's not a bad apple. Kobe Manu is not a bad apple. He might be trying to get paid, but he's not a bad apple. He's fighting that fight. And then he's trying to like gaslight the press. Every presser is like a Mourinho, like Troll City presser. And he's doing it on hard mode and he should do it on easy mode. And I don't understand.
Even when it's muted, you could tell it's not going well. It's like his demeanor, the way he's yipping, the way he's getting agitated. And like you said, he is more focused on sticking with his ideals around this formation than playing the best players he has available. Just taking advantage of the team you have in front of you and making use of that. Because, by the way, if you switch to a 4 at the back, you can play everybody we signed over the summer. You know, you can't play Ahmad and Cunha and Mbumo and Sheshko at the same time, but you can play all the new 3 signings plus Bruno Fernandes, the best 10 in the league in his position.
You can play
Kobe Manu in the midfield. Like normally, you got all the players you need. You know, you do need a right back, but at the same time, it's just like the sad thing is, you know where this is going. You know where this is going because the games that are coming up over the next month are very winnable games. The hardest ones are
I don't know where
Villa,
it's going. I don't know where it's going. I don't know. I can't say that.
There's going to be a lot of this all season.
It's all the extra shit that it's almost like the circus of like it's one thing. It boils down to this. You can't play shit football at Manchester United and not get results. That's it. Like that's the core problem. You can't play bad football.
LVG got fired because he was playing ugly football, but he was getting results.
Boring.
I know that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying. LVG played boring football at United. Some might call that bad, but you know that was a lot of possession. But this is bad. This is hoofball, win the second ball, long throws from Dalot on both sides of the pitch. That's fucking Sunderland shit. Like, you know, that's Stoke City fucking shit. It's fucking bad football. Watch Bayern Munich, watch Real Madrid, watch Barcelona. Manchester United should, with the payroll we have, should not play that way. It's a joke that we are. You cannot play that way here. It's just facts. Ten Hag, he played a brand of shit football. It wasn't as desperate as this, and this is desperate, and it is not going to work over the long term. That's it to me. It's like these people are paying to watch a product. You and me watch it today. What about this against a horrible West Ham team showed you anything that we're getting the best out of this team?
I don't want to watch this formation. This is Manchester United, you know, but beyond just our history,
but
this club has been built on. But this formation's a lot of it. It's like he's so stubborn that he's not willing to change anything. That's his whole thing. It's like I'm right, you're wrong.
No, but it's slow.
Because we're playing extra defender against a team sitting back.
My point is, it's slow. It's hoofball. It's pinging it around. Casemiro shot deflection to Dalot. It's free kick. It's literally like. If you're an inferior team, you play this way. Like the U.S. women's national team
should be playing this way. That's how they should play. Yeah,
in the early 2000s, the U.S. men's national team, we had to be physical on set pieces because that was our best way to score. We didn't have the quality of talent to pass it around and play a certain way. Like this is what United is doing, and we have great players. We might not play like a great team, but we have good talent, and it's up to this man to get the best out of it. So for me, it boils down to the fact the product on the field is subpar. Watching it is not exciting. Like watching a mud fight with West Ham at home, it's like we're better than that. We are better than that. I refuse to believe we aren't better than that. And I could be wrong then.
No, sir, I agree with you. It's coming to the point where you like I used to look. I still do, but like part of me is not looking forward to United games anymore because I know it's going to be this. I know it's going to be just a fucking mess that doesn't need to be. Let's get to the last word, sir. The good. I got the tough job. Me being the good guy is like not easy these days.
Florida goal from open play. That's a good.
Barely. Okay. Here we go. We've got a pretty decent 11 when the next manager switches to 4 at the back. We do, bro. Our squad is better than it's been in a long time. And somehow, my second point is we're very much in the mix. The league is so competitive. We have picked up points. We're 2 points off 4th. But the thing is, like, are we going to capitalize on these games where we're playing Wolves twice in a month and they're the worst team in the history of the Premier League? I'm not so confident. So give me the bad.
We will beat Wolves.
You think so? You thought we'd beat West Ham? I got the draw right.
The bad, I already talked about it. It's the football that we're watching. And it's like this manager it's Ten Hag 2.0, where it's like the manager's trying to convince you that this is the best that he can do. And I refuse to believe it. I don't think we can play like amazing. I don't think we can play like Bayern Munich or Real Madrid right now, but we can sure as hell play better than what we're doing. Long throws with Dalot, like give me a break. Like give me a break. Like if I was the owner, honestly, if I was the owner, he would be fired. He would be fired. He would be fired right now. Like because I
think
never.
You think Ratcliffe's even watching? You think Ratcliffe's even watching?
Dude. We're like we're barely clawing onto Europa League and we're doing long throws. Like, what is this? It's United. We're supposed to be like fighting to win the Champions League. We're so far off. Like, this is not going to lead us where we need to go. It's like, we got to change it. Like, that's it.
I got no problem with the long throws. I got no problem with us getting better at set pieces. Hold on a second. But United are not going to win the league playing with an extra defender. It's just not going to happen.
Sir,
it's like it's not going to happen. But it's not going to happen.
Plays football is going to give it away in a long throw. No team that's going to win anything in Europe is going to throw it away. Like they take the ball, they take possession of the ball because they're the better side. They want their players to have it. That's the whole point of the fucking game. You don't lump it into the box. The only time you do that is if you got like cave trolls who can't kick it with their feet. It's like no one does that. No one we play will do that. That's not how Manchester United is going to win the European Cup. That's
European
crazy.
Cup, sir. We couldn't even win the Mickey Mouse Cup, sir. This next game. That's a good thing about Manchester United. It's always next game. It's the busy season. We got a Wolves preview to talk about. Let's get into that Wolves preview, sir. Games are coming thick and fast. We played on a Thursday. We're playing on a Monday. Wolverhampton Wanderers for Manchester United. Game week 15, the Molyneux Stadium, Monday, December 8th, 12 o'clock Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Same as today, basically. USA Network is where you're going to watch it. NBC Sports. And like I remind you, Wolves, look at that. Haven't won a game. Uh-oh. Don't like the sound of that. 2 points, sir. That's it.
We're going to win this game.
Let's say I'm not.
But is it going to look good? That's the question.
I don't care. I want to win. I'm not even confident we're going to win. I think they're going to be licking their lips because they're going to know that this is a huge game for them and United are hurting and they're exactly the type of team that we have a hard time breaking down. Let's get into the weather. The weather is going to be classic English weather, low 50s, rainy. Love it. Love to see it. And let's talk about Wolves, sir. Let's talk about Black Country Pack, founded in 1877. Wolverhampton Wanderers, also known as Wolves, traditional powers of the English game from the old school, rooted in the industrial heart of the Black Country. Their traditional kit consists of old gold shirts and socks with black shorts. And since 1979, the kit has also featured the club's wolf head logo. Talk about rivalry, sir. They have rivalries with other clubs from the West Midlands, including Villa, Stoke City, Birmingham City, but the main one being the Black Country Derby, contested with West Bromwich Albion, sir. You gotta love that. Old English, all the way.
And they were like one of the OGs in the European Cup, one of the first floodlit games for Wolves. So a lot of history with Wolverhampton. Shame to see them go down. But you know, 3 you got to. So I'm glad it's not us.
And they seem to be one of them. They have a new coach. They've already fired their Portuguese coach that was in as of a month ago. Rob Edwards, former Wolves defender and academy coach who returned in November of 2025 on a 3.5-year deal. Good luck with that. And basically his job is to keep them up. So he's a promotion winner with Forest Green and Luton. He's built a reputation with modern, detail-driven coach, right? He likes him aggressive, energetic, and brave. So what can we expect? Like I said, they have a front foot and head. They're compact without the ball, and they're quick when they win it. The usual shape is back three with wing backs and two attacking midfielders floating behind a central striker. Out of possession, they aim to press in organized waves from a mid-block, using the front line to show opponents wide. And in possession, they look to play forward early into the striker or wide channels, then use quick 1-2s and third-man runs from the 10s rather than long, slow build-up. So they're going to look to get at United, get behind United. This is where we're vulnerable with the high line, and also vulnerable because it's going to be very hard to break this team down. We're going to get frustrated. It looks so sloppy in possession today. So notes for Manchester United is going to be basically, handling their energy and transition, and looking to basically play through the first line and try and get behind them. So big opponent. I'm more, based on today, I'm more worried than I need to be. Recent record, not terrific. Lifetime, we won 56. We've drawn 20. We've lost 39. First time ever. Newton Heath versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. 1892, we won 10-1. I could use that. But recently, for a team who's been struggling, we've won 3 and we've lost 2, sir. Lost 2.
That's our last 2 that we played.
Last 2.
Yeah, we lost.
Now, they did have Cunha, Ben.
It's called the double over Manchester United. I'm not that worried about Wolverhampton because they lack the quality in attack. Again, when you watched West Ham, they have much more quality, but even then they struggled to do it. Like we gave them some chances today. They just lacked the quality to come at us. Like better teams would have cut us open. But at the end of the day, it's Wolves. We gotta focus on ourselves. We gotta show some gumption here. Like they're summer signings, nothing to write home about. We bought their best player. Also, Nori went to City, so they basically got depleted. They tried to bring in some cheap signings from Spain, but they're not doing well.
They're not doing well. It's amazing. It's like, how's your season going? Well, how have your transfers gone? And that's basically a huge indicator. They brought in Tolu Arukadare from Genk, who was actually doing really well, scoring a shit ton of goals, and he has not done well for Wolves. Same with Strand Larsen. They made that deal a permanent one. He was on loan last season and was their top scorer, I believe, other than Cunha, second top scorer, and he only has 1 goal this year to date. But he's a threat to watch, and he's my player to watch regardless because I have been watching their highlights. He gets into dangerous positions, and he's the player to watch when it comes to our Monday fixture against Wolves. Let's talk about their recent record, sir. It's not good. They lost to Sean Dyche's men the other night against Forest. They got beat 1-0 by Villa. They got beat 2-0 by Palace, 3-0 by Wolves, 3-0 by Fulham. So
by Chelsea.
Excuse me, by Chelsea. So Burnley beat them 3-2. Sunderland beat them. So they're not a great side. Let's talk about that 11th. They got Sam Johnston in net, former United Academy lad. He actually made a couple. He wasn't great the other night when they lost. Like I said, Andre Joao Gomez, who's the player that United's been attached to a little bit. A lot of smoke. I don't know if there's anything there. He's actually going to be unavailable for our fixture because of a yellow card accumulation. This ain't about Wolves, bro. This is about Manchester United. Like, this is the 11 from the West Ham game. Who's coming back in? You think Dalot makes it back? What are you thinking, sir? Like, I want to see a different formation. We're not going to see that. What would you like to see?
I'd like to see a different formation, but we're not going to see it. So
I'd love to see Kobe Mainoo.
I think Euros can come in, start. The back line's rotating because of injury. I'd like to hopefully see Šeško on the bench. Maybe need Mount versus Cunha. I think you got to try something else in attack. But that's really all I got. You want to get into the odds?
Let's get into the betting odds, sir. The odds have actually tightened a little bit from when I originally did the agenda for today's podcast, which is incredible. But Wolves are still the heavy underdogs, but it was way heavier before. Plus 330 at home. So we'd be tasting this. If we were at William Hill.
By the way, for the worst team that hasn't won, for them maybe 3 times their money. This should be plus 900 for.
It was plus 5 before our performance, and then they tightened to 330.
Yeah, this is like actually United could be absolute capitulation.
Yeah, like first give Wolves their first win of the season.
Ole. This could be Watford Ole. Don't you remember? Like,
I remember.
Watford,
I remember.
Nail in the coffin. But how many nail in the coffin games have we already anticipated with this manager? We're like,
finishing 15th place.
We're like, this could be. We're like, this game could be the one where the players just give up on them. This one could be the one. Like, we've already had this is probably the second bad pit in the stomach. Like, the floor could fall out this season. That's how many we've had. This is number 2.
I mean,
Like we're like, but you know what I'm saying, where you're like, this could go
bad. If they win, and they could beat it, dude. They're not
maybe
that
it was 3.
bad.
Maybe it was the Liverpool game was the one where we're like, this could be it.
We thought it was it, even though
Like
we
the
just come off a
Liverpool
Sunderland
after
win.
international break could have been it. We end up winning.
Right.
Yeah.
And that went a
At
mini
least 2
run,
this year, at least 2.
micro run. This could be it. There could be also like Newcastle, Villa. Villa are playing good. They're both in the top 5. Anyway, those are the odds, sir. It's prediction time. I'm up first this time. What do the fans think? I think it's got to be a win. Even more so than they thought it was going to be a win against West Ham. 88% of our faithful Reds think it's going to be a victory. And then 6% think draw. 6% think loss. I think loss, sir. I'm calling a big old L for Manchester United.
How dare you?
You said it last time, and I got it right. I'm calling 1-0 Manchester United. So what do you got? Talk to me.
We have to bounce back. We must bounce back. The football won't be great, but we'll beat them 2-0.
I love it. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, so this is the second game where we're in the back of our minds, the floor might fall out. The first one was the Sunderland game after Brentford cooked us. We thought, this could be the one. That was that game where we're like, if Manchester United lose at home to Sunderland, it could be over. This one is like, if Amorim and the lads lose to Wolves, that's like kind of
because you also know it's like
this is the second of the season we've been in this position where you're like, if this goes bad, it could be it. It could be it, and that tells you everything you need to know where we are. That tells you everything you need to know where we are. It's like to have that already twice, and it's not even halfway through the season.
I'm with you. I mean, it's also because if we were to lose against Wolves, the presser afterward is not going to make it any better. He piles more pressure on himself. He piled on more pressure.
No, that's it. If you lose to Wolves, I think Ineos are dumb. I think Ineos are dumb, but like they're not that dumb. Like
okay, poll. You put the poll out, sir. Tell us about this poll.
Gotta check the temperature.
Unbelievable.
And I was just like, hey. First of all, I don't like the idea of in and out. I like the idea of like, can we continue the track that we're on, right? Can we continue playing this way? So if Amorim wants to just play a different way, he could do that. Like I
get behind him. Would you get behind him? I get behind him. I wouldn't care.
I like Ruben Amorim.
So do I.
I like Ruben Amorim. I don't think you can play this way. So for me, it's about how poor the product is. Yeah. That's it. The football is bad.
Yeah.
You know it's bad when you watch a game against West Ham and you're not even going at them. You're up a goal, you're not going at them.
And they were bad.
You get they equalize and you're at home and they're running at you. Like that's bad football. It's bad. It's hoofball. It's all over it's shit. It's bad. The football we've played, other than, like I said, preseason, like the football we played against Grimsby was miserable. Remind me of Ten Hag in the League Cups. Like we've been playing miserable football for a long, long time, and we have to stop. And somebody has to figure it out. And Amorim seems to be like Ten Hag, where he wants to play shit football, and he wants to be very defensive about it and not change it. And if that's what you want to do as a manager, then that's going to get you kicked out of the seat faster than being flexible.
Because I hate to say it, Ten Hag had to go, but for all his faults, he knew when something wasn't working and he changed it. And, it was often kitchen sink, but we'd often get a response. Half the time we'd get a response and half the time it would work. The fact that he's not even willing to comprehend or wrap his arms around switching things up when it's clearly not working, when you're clearly leaving really talented players off the bench, you're doing something that's kind of antithetical to the United way, which is to play attacking, exciting football. Even if you're failing, to at least try. I mean, I don't know what United was thinking, picking a manager so defensive-minded, but it just feels like it's like, what are we doing here? We're Manchester United. I want him to succeed. Look, if he switched tomorrow to 4-3-3, I'd be like, I think we would see better football. We'd see better results. Everyone would get behind him. It's just that, he ain't going to change, right? He's made that clear. There's not many clubs he can go up to. I mean, I guess he can be Real Madrid manager. But he's in the promised land. He's in the elite 3. There's only 3 clubs in the world as big, including us, as big as us.
There's only one playing shit football.
Yeah.
I watch Real Madrid and I'm like, Watch them pass the ball, bro.
Yeah, dude.
It's like I'm watching a different fucking sport.
Are they playing three at the back?
By the way, I'm watching a different fucking sport because that ball seems to go so smooth on the ground and it goes 1-2 back and forth with these guys so quick and they're running at people and scoring banger goals and fucking having a blast. And I'm over here watching just slop shop fight in the mud with fucking shit teams. And it's fucking awful. It's awful. And by the way, you cannot survive at this club and play bad football. Like you cannot. You cannot. And for some reason, we've convinced ourselves with Ten Hag that you can. And Amorim, people are convincing themselves they can. So I said, hey, where are people's heads at? And what does the poll say? It's like I can't believe the results.
82%. So for the folks listening in, it's 82% Amorim out, 18% Amorim in. And like you said, Ten Hag got the sack, but he won cups. This guy won, like that cup was so winnable. And that's why he's on such a short leash. That's why people were booing him at Old Trafford today. They got booed off the field. They got booed when they lost to Everton. A man down is because
that is not a thing, by the way, for anyone who doesn't understand.
No, we're not a booing club. We're not Real Madrid. We're not we don't whistle.
Club. We're not a booing club. And you know what?
Fans are sick of it, bro. They're fed up.
The reason why is because it's been, and it's to be fair to Amorim, right? He has defensive injuries. But that's not excusing. Remember, there's a whole season with Ten Hag where it's like injuries. You can't make excuses as a club. You can't make excuses as a manager. He has had a calendar year, and we saw a glimpse of it in preseason.
In one game.
And against Arsenal, and Fulham, it fizzled. And then, by the way, we have weeks rest, and we're not even seeing it. I thought like that for sure as we played more games and we had more rest, we would see United do much better than other teams. And it's the same old. And he looks tired. He looks out of ideas. I'm sure the job sucks. But the thing about the Manchester United job is in order to play, you need to play an attacking, entertaining brand of football. Fans work hard for their season ticket, just like us. And they want to see that when they go there. And seeing like negative 4 defensive subs and shit football to West Ham, it ain't going to cut it. You know, it ain't going to cut it. And we're going to know in January, but it goes back to Ineos making the original call that I said, Ashworth did not say bring in a guy to play 3 at the back for a team and a roster and contracts that we can't really fix that doesn't have any of those players to play it. And he was set up for failure. And so it goes back to Ineos and Barada who made the call to bring him in because it was always going to not go that way. And right now we're seeing it because we haven't given him wingbacks. We haven't given him a midfielder.
No, they're not all in. They didn't buy him. They didn't buy him a single wingback.
So it's kind of like we have a team that's built to play 4-2-3-1.
Perfectly.
And this manager doesn't have the players to play the system he wants. And it was originally set up for failure. And like when we signed Amorim, we were really excited about it. But I said, this is a bad move because United's DOF should set the style of play, which is high-speed attacking wingers in a 4-2-3-1 system. That's how we've always done it.
Well, you play this until you can play that system if you want to. You know, you like iterate. You go baby steps. You don't have to go right into it. It's
Director
not working.
Of football sets
does he survive
the play.
does he survive the season, John?
Director of football, when the Glazers ran it, it was the manager decides everything. Then we said, we need a director of football who's going to tell us exactly how we're going to play. Then he's got to hire the guy to play that way. And instead we said, nope, we're going to hire a manager who plays completely different. We made the same mistake the Glazers did. It's so stupid from the beginning. That's why we're here. That's why we're eating crow. We're eating so much crow.
Does he survive the season?
Crazy. What?
Does he survive the season?
Of course not.
Okay.
If he of course not. Of course not.
Speaking of managers,
what about you? You think so? Like I think I know where this is going. I don't want it to go there. But like, what are we looking at? What do you
I know, but I think you said it way back when, and I think we both were nervous about this signing, given the fact that we didn't have the team for it, and he looked so stubborn, and he threw it in mid-season. But you also said you're like, this is his guy. You know, they doubled down on him. Like they look like chumps if they fire him the next couple of months, which I agree with. But at the same time, the time to fire him was May 22nd, the day after the Europa League final.
No, because
that was the date
he has the contract. Okay. The problem
is, I don't want us firing managers, to be clear. I do not want us firing a manager every year. I hate this. I want him to work so badly. I just wanted to change his formation because guess what? We would be better. We would be a better team. We score more goals. By the way, we play with an extra defender. We've had one clean sheet all year in 14 games.
No, and this is probably like the real, this is a good discussion, but like, so the whole idea is like, I'm not negative against Amorim. I'm saying that Amorim is making this untenable.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Pressers aren't helping either.
No, the pressers are really ramping it up. The Kobe Mainu not like, he's not just like not playing him. He's like fucking with him. Like put him in 90th minute, saying he's a starter, never starting him.
I know. What
never
the fuck
giving
was
him
that?
a shot.
That was wild.
He's keeping him down. There's too many. It's like Mourinho. There's too many like outside attractions and distractions. And it literally needs to be like he has to be able to manage the press, calm it down, and then just like weather the storm, like get some results. But he doesn't do that. It's like when he loses bad, he puts gasoline on the fire, lights it on fire. Ineos is probably like, what the fuck? Like it's so out of the train is just it's too volatile. It's hurting youngsters. Like kill Dogu, kill Euro, bench them, like ignore the youth history of United.
He crushed Cunha too. He crushed everybody. Dalot he was hitting
Go
this
from
week.
like I have to play this way. It's going to be hard, but then we're going to be better next year. To then like I can't play that way. To then like hoofing it long. To completely change. It's like so much is going on. How could you ever get results? And we have great players, so somehow we end up getting results. But his impact on it seems to be like if you just had Ten Hag going ha ha ha, like it would be just as bad. But we'd get more results.
No, we'd be better because he would switch it. He would switch it.
Because our players are very good. Like you have Bruno Fernandes, you have like Cunha, you have
and
Bruno. We should be
Ahmad.
doing better. We should be doing better. And so like that's the better question is what's the opportunity cost not changing it? That's how I think. Everyone wants to be like, I want the manager to be successful. What happens if you just sacked the guy and got in like an old English guy who could get the vibes high and like start winning some games. Like, and then you could actually get top four. Then you could get some more money. Then you could get better players. Like, why is Amorim like this albatross we have to wear around our neck mandatory for 3 years? And we feel like it's an absolute failure if he doesn't succeed. Because last time I checked, Nottingham Forest is on their third manager of the year, and things seem to be going better for them.
And speaking of a club that's thinking about changing their manager, Scouse Bastards are apparently looking at my pick, who I want as the next manager, and Oliver Glasner. Heat's on, bro. They're right below us. We're terrible, and somehow they're below us in the table. That tells you everything you need to know about how the table's going. You said it. You win the league, you get a year at least. And I think there's something in it. This is obviously not from a super reputable source, but he is
more reputed. Indy Kayla has been credited by Ornstein.
He's got a
this
track
past
record.
window. It's kind of changed, right? They have legitimate sources, but they're definitely out there farther than most journos would like to be. I think the slot thing is legit. Slot's going to get the axe. And
you think he is?
So this is what shrewd ownership does. And that's where Ineos, I think, is snoozing, which is if I had to imagine Sir Jim is just sitting back, just seeing Amorim.
Counting his money in Monaco.
We're in total Amorim territory, and we're not even thinking about another manager. Liverpool is like options, and they're going to get to like the top talent before we do, when most likely we could, like we very well could be in this conversation within like we
2 months.
It could be a week, it could be 6 weeks, but like
right.
The trend line is going there. It's going, like our trend line. Like if you look at the football and you look at the results, it's too inconsistent, and that we're most likely trending in a position where we might need another manager. And if Liverpool grab another like legit guy, I don't like Glasner. I don't need Glasner at United, but I'm just saying it's like if you don't make the decision, people go away.
What don't you like about Glasner? Because he plays three at the back.
It's not I watched a tactical video about him, and he says it's not essentially about three at the back because it's based there's different phases of play. But yes, I don't like having an extra defender. I think United, like I discussed, there's a certain way United should play. That should be outlined by the director of football, and then the manager should be brought in to play that way, which is why I don't think Glasner fits the profile, which is that we need like pacey wingers, towering number 9, steely midfielders. Like that's what United should have. It should be.
No, they've got a great squad.
Great center back pair.
Great fullback.
Great center back pair. Like Patrice Evra would be the model of the left back that you're looking. You know what I'm saying? Like you could literally.
Munoz is like that. I mean, Danny Munoz is crushing it. He looks like
English proven, hard players, mean, mean.
Mateta.
Yes, exactly. Like
no, but I agree. I
that's
think
exactly United. You could pick the lineup. You'd be like Mateta number 9. Put Mbumo on the right. Ahmad's probably a sub on the left.
Bruno's in the hole. Bruno's 10
on the left hand side. Honestly, Garnacho was that type of player.
No, you play
had a bad attitude.
Ahmad's better than Garnacho.
He's not on the left.
Yeah, but he can play on the
left.
But
what I'm saying is that you need someone like that on the left wing, right? That's the type of player that you would put there.
You put Cunha there, right now.
In the midfield, you could have Bruno, then you could have Wharton, in the midfield, that type of midfield. You could have Mainu, Wharton, and then the center back's got to be unique, like Cave Troll. Like Dalot could be one of them.
Dude, they got Malinka.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get rid of like you said, Munoz. And then you could have had the Wan-Bissaka, but he's not as attacking minded. But
that looked pretty good today.
That's the type of team you need. That's the type of team United should have, and you should build it that way. And it'd be good, it'd be solid. And right now we are fucking mashed potatoes.
So this is one to keep an eye on. There's a decent chance that both Liverpool and United change managers this year mid-season, given how things are going.
Who do you want?
I like Glasner.
I like Liverpool got Glasner. Would you be bummed?
I'd be a little bit bummed because I think he's a very talented coach. I think he had really good success at Frankfurt. I think I think their squad is really good because guess what? They're talented. Every 11 is talented. Like everyone in that 11 is legit, and then they work their ass off. He's not going to get that same level of commitment from Manchester. We have bluffers, bro. Like Diego Dalot and Luke Shaw, who's still out of shape, are not going to be guys. Danny Munoz, bro, is like so lean and mean. He looks like he hasn't eaten in a week, and he just like all day up and down, up and down, up and down. We don't have that type of mentality. We still have like bloat. We have bloat in the squad and not where you want it because we don't have that right level of attitude like an Mbumo has. But I think he's an EPL level proven manager, and I don't know who else. Like, there's no one else on the top of my list beyond him. And he took Liverpool scalp twice. I like that, so that's always good for me. But I do think they're going to move. Like you said, I think that's a great. It's like they're on the front foot. I think our crew is good, but I think Ratcliffe is making all the calls, and Ratcliffe is not.
No, but because Ratcliffe,
he's running everything, bro.
The whole thing about United and this manager situation is that it's their guy and they don't want to move off.
Ride or die. They're ride or die by their guy. No, he's stubborn too.
Won the title and they're going to slit his throat and throw him out the back, hire the next man up. And that is what United used to be. Not with the manager, but with fucking players, dude. Liverpool is more ruthless and move off of players fast, harsh, and moving off slot would be fast and harsh, and it's probably the right move. And United are fucking slow, and we like the fucking slow let like Casemiro bleed out here, let Lindelof bleed out here, let all these guys bleed out here. Give Ten Hag 3.5 years, like that's fucking killing us. Like we got to move on. Hey. This ain't winning. Is this winning the league? Is this getting us closer to winning the league? Okay, it's not. Fuck you. You're fired. That's it. Like, all right. I'm at that point. By the way, the only way we're gonna find the guy is you keep firing.
I agree. Next guy up. Because if you're not willing to change and switch it up, like this ain't the guy. Because we're not gonna win.
Go to
Y
Combinator. Go to startup. Startups like hire fast, fire fast.
You're out. You're dead
until you find the right guy. Like fire fast till you find the right guy. It's like
3 years. We're gonna give him 3 years. Anyway, talking about a guy who liked to play fast, sir. The legendary late Sir Bobby Charlton. Talking about Manchester United, what it means to play for Manchester United, and the type of entertaining, stylistic football, attack-minded football that we like to see. Let's hear from the former legend, who's still in our hearts, about what United faithful and the fans like to see on a week-in-week basis. This is why people are so pissed.
And if you're a man that works on an ordinary shop floor, and your one highlight of your whole week is to go and see a football club play. Matt Busby always said it should. When these lads come to watch you play, you should give them something that they can't do themselves, something exciting, something adventurous. Nothing mundane, nothing boring.
Give us something adventurous. Give us something exciting. The fans I look forward to it. I'm not working on some shop floor, but a lot of people are. And a lot of people, we have mundaneness in our own life. And this is what it's all about. Football is an entertainment product. It's more than that for me. This is like or a light religion. But I want to see my team fight for the balls and play attacking football and like stretch the pitch and not this plotting shit that we've seen. So Sir Bobby got it. Busby got it. It's always been at the ethos of Manchester United. I don't care about I care about attacking intent, front-footed football, attack, attack, attack. That's what I'm used to chanting in the Stretty. Attack, attack, attack. You heard it against Everton, by the way, when we were sitting on our fucking hands, and you heard it today. That's all the fans want. We can lose, but just go and play with gumption and play with bravery and play all in. And it's like sideway football. Who do we see that? Was that LVG? Just sideway passes.
LVG coming in David Moyes. It was like the crossing that to nowhere.
82 crosses
today, which we did today. I think we did 29. Only 2 made it in the final third, something like that. David Moyes, it was miserable. LVG, it was boring, right? Then you're like, Mourinho actually brought it back, but he kind of did it in a way that was negative. But we were Zlatan was scoring. We had
smash and grab team.
We were going away and watching them. They were good. They were mean.
Fun.
They'd beat people. We let them know. Ole had it. Ole ball had it. It was fucking exciting. The Champions League run we had, the wing play with crazy to say it, Lingard. It was amazing. It was great. It was that's what United are. Ten Hag every once in a while would throw on the kitchen sink and you get a little bit of magic, a little bit here and there, and then he would snuff it down. Then he would go. Amorim, we have not seen it at all. We have not seen it. And I think that's why the director of football has to get the guy that can get the magic, that has that attitude. Find the balance, because, and maybe Amorim can, but.
You got to change something. Let's hear from the fans, sir. The fans happy. Appreciate all the American Double fans. They got the questions in. Let's get into it.
How are they doing? How are they doing?
Let's see.
Social media turned today. It turned because it's
and all the pundits.
People know. Look, I say it.
You watch this game, Wolves are gonna be a problem.
No, but people know this is shit. It's shit. I don't want it to be shit, but it's shit.
I don't want to fire a manager, but this ain't good enough. All right,
you didn't say anything about firing. I'm just saying the product is bad.
But based
don't
on
sell
watching
me a product that don't. You pay $200 million. This is all you got. You get $200 million.
We got good players. We got good players. Like you said. There's only 3 clubs, I think, in England with a better squad than
Kobe Mainoo can't do better.
Kobe Mainoo can't get minutes.
They do Ugarte, bro. Kobe,
Ugarte would probably do better in a 4-2-3-1 too, bro. Everybody would do better.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Anyway, at K Joel, another stinker. We're a mid-table team. Forget qualifying for Europe next season unless the leadership acts. Amorim has 12 months, but Amorim has in 12 months been unable to get his ideas to unfold on the pitch. Good coaches use 6 months or less. We are regressing into what we saw today.
Bam. That's great. That's a great tweet.
At Starscream, my mama told me if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Preach. Therefore, it's great seeing Leisha out there. That's great.
Tell her not also the first hour of the pod. Tell her not listen to the first hour of the pod.
Brutal. But it's right. It was wicked. At D_Cole 18. Where are the options? Where are the killers? Who are our winners? Our leaders? Our tactics? Can't keep going 1 for 1. Ins and out in transfers while never addressing the squad depth and quality. We could field a world-class 11, but if there's no depth to rotate, then what's the point? I just think there's something there, but the squad has gotten better. We're just not taking advantage of the players we have at our disposal. We're fighting with one hand behind our back, bro.
The squad is thin and it's not made to play this formation.
No, it's not. It's not. We're a 4-2-3-1 team. At Ty Kirscher, knife in a mud fight FC. My hopes of beating Wolves are low. I would agree. Every team knows they can get a sniff at a W because our mental wherewithal is weaker than a tissue sitting underneath at Niagara Falls. Let's go. Scrandy. Let's go, baby. Randy Scrandy cleats up. Regardless of the result, the real losers here are the fans of both teams. Well said. These sides play such terrible, boring football. It's painful. Neither side has a functioning midfield and just hustle back and forth, an occasional half chance at best. Grim reality, grim result.
That is great. Yes, we played West Ham style football today.
We did.
And we
played into them.
I have. That's
it was
like,
ugly.
Because Amorim is supposed to be watch Sporting. That's why it's about playing out the back, brave. Like when you watch Sporting play under Amorim, it was like you could get emotional because it was like so brave, so risk taking. The transitions, like how it opened things up, it was incredible. Now again, I have to asterisk Amorim. We're saying Amorim. But he brought us to this point, and it looks to not be improving, right? There could be reasons why, like Ten Hag had Ajax, right? Ajax looked great. He came here, and he's like, I can't do it. Amorim has Sporting. It looks great. He comes here, and he can't do it. Now, I need him to explain that. I need Ten Hag to explain maybe the things that he signed the NDA he can't explain of why he could not have played that way, or Amorim can't. Like Amorim decided, okay, I'm not gonna play it out the back. Like why not? Like the thing is, as fans, you can never get any honest understanding from the manager, so he's got to like fight demons or ghosts in the press. So there probably is a reason. He's a good coach. I would just maybe like an explanation for why we are doing this.
I mean, he gets more of a pass last season because he had like a half squad. He had all these bluffers on the way out. Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, they were all like on the, we had Garnacho leaking the 11. And now those guys are gone. So they're all gone. You brought in some real players.
But how do you go from preseason where we were seeing it like we were seeing like KJL Joy said, hey, you need to implement in 6 months. We saw some of that in preseason. And why is that gone?
We saw it against Arsenal, No,
but why is that gone? Like against West Ham, why is it completely? I can say why you could play. Okay, we can't play that way against Liverpool, but against West Ham, surely we could try it, right? You could adjust it, be like, hey, play a little more deep against Liverpool.
Do you need an extra defender against West Ham? Like, do you need an extra defender?
Yeah, but there's something there, and like it's maybe it's too easy and reductionist to say, hey, it's all at his feet, but there could be something going on, but we're not hearing a good reason. Like, or why we need to waste another year. Like, why do we need to do this for another season?
Because I think we could definitely finish the Europa League, and I think we have a sniff with this squad, and given how competitive the league is and how much 9 teams are in Europe, we have a chance of top 5.
There could be a break with this.
I know. Anyway,
I have to say, sir, the fact that we have gone from making the Champions League to now maybe making Europa League is the saddest thing I have ever heard as a Manchester United fan.
We've fallen.
Like to me, we're
in rebuild, perpetual rebuild.
No, because I consistently hear it these days where United fans are not talking about making Europe as in Champions League. We're literally talking about,
of course,
maybe we can be a Europa League
because we're realistic.
That's
looking at the product
on
the pitch,
and that's where fucking means shit's got to change. If that's where we are, that means shit's got to change.
And will shit change? We will see. And whatever happens,
we're better than Europa League. I'll never fucking take that.
Yeah, but if you get 6th, the hair of your teeth, that's one thing. Whatever this is not good enough. We're Manchester United fans. This is not what we come to expect. He's given a year. Hey, man.
It's not the
end of the world. Wolves wake him up? Will Wolves wake him up?
This is a moment.
Yeah, it was the Everton losing after the guy gets sent off.
Scored. You had a physical reaction.
Because I knew it was coming, and it was such a bad goal to give up.
You were like,
that is such a shit goal. That's what terrible teams.
You physically reacted when West Ham scored. You were like,
no, it was like that scene in Simpsons. He gets his heartbroken. You can see his heartbreaking in real time. You can see it happening.
Souls crying out in pain.
Yeah,
West Ham scored.
Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi saved us.
Every fan was just like, I just hope we don't blow it so that we can just pretend for another 4 days that we're not
4 days until Wolves. Anyway, sir, thank you. Thank you, all the fans listening, and we appreciate it. That's the pod. Go the extra mile. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/American Red Devils. Go the extra mile. There's lots of benefits. Here, John and I are fighting the good fight week in, week out. No one else, is watching as much shit football as we have. I was just thinking of how many games we've broken down.
Hasn't driven us insane yet, but we're close.
We're working on it. Check out our store, AmericanRedDevils.store. It means a lot to us. It's just John and I, fighting the good fight.
Having fun.
We love this club. We're having a great time. I'm having a great time. Yeah. Is he going to be the manager when we go there in 6 weeks? We're going there in 6 weeks to see the City game, see the Derby. I was more confident a couple of weeks ago. I'm not so sure because I think Wolves are going to. Wolves are going to be a problem.
I'm not.
We're getting back into it. Sorry, I'm bringing us back in.
I'm not worried about the manager. I'm worried about how we're playing.
Well, that's kind of a, one leads
to
the
other.
He
should be able to change it. That's all.
He should be. Change it. Change is good. Change is good for everybody. So thanks for listening in. We couldn't do it without you. You guys are the best. Top 10 cities, last 7 days. Appreciate every single one of you. Number one, how you doing? Chicago, Illinois, Los Angeles, California, New York, Dublin, Ireland, Oslo, Norway. Appreciate the Norwegians. Melbourne, Australia, Charlotte, North Carolina, Portland, Oregon, Brooklyn, New York, and last but not least, Washington, D.C. Appreciate all the American Devils listening week in, week out. And on to the next one, sir.
Survive.
Manchester United. We got games coming thick and fast. We got the holiday season. We're not that far away. We're still in the mix. Manager, get flexible. You never know what's going to happen. Here we go, sir. United Calypso. On to the next one. Appreciate you, and we'll see you guys on Monday after the Wolves game.